Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2026 Honda Civic Si.
And a big thanks to Wade and the rest of the management and staff here at Honda of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Wade.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Si has been the sporty version of Honda Civic since 1986. Originally part of the 3rd generation Civic, with the 11th generation that you see here with us since 2022 and facelifted last year for 2025. Updating the styling, interior layout with an all-new Google-based infotainment screen, and standard heated front seats. Still powered by Honda's high-output 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which cranks out 200 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque, sending power to the front wheels with a standard limited slip differential and 6-speed manual transmission. Not only standard, thank you Honda, but as the exclusive transmission choice still for this 2026 Civic Si. With a base price of $30,995, what else we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So first thing we notice are these LED daytime running lights. They're not actually flickering in real life, just how the camera picks up the LEDs, with full LED headlamps for the high and low beam. No fog lights, but we get functional airflow in each corner. Red Si badge, Honda badge in the center, and a very standard Civic front end styling. It's not quite as contrasted as the Type R, but definitely with some more sporty elements compared to a standard Civic. With a larger intercooler down below, keeping this 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder cool, and radiator right above it. With this rally red paint color, this Si also looks very aggressive with all the black contrast. And speaking of black contrast, we get these black 18-inch wheels with Si badging on them, wrapped in Goodyear Eagle Sport all-season tires. Dimensions being 235/40 R18. We'll see how the 40 sidewalls keep the ride quality, and the 235 wide tires with this limited slip differential should put the power down quite well. We get all body color trim for the wheel well area, black contrasted side skirts, smart access for the driver and the front passenger with black contrast for the mirrors, and all black window trim and pillars. Sunroof, body color shark fin style antenna. I'll take a step back, hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this 2026 Civic Si. You guys can pause, take a look at the window sticker here, all the features available on the Civic Si. Performance-wise, you mentioned the manual, limited slip, front McPherson strut suspension, and rear multi-link. And we get hill start assist. That's a nice feature for a manual transmission. But yeah, pause, take a look at everything else available. $31,000 for the base price, $11,995 for the destination, totaling us out a tick over $32,000. 31 combined MPGs, 27 in the city, 37 on the highway. The gas cap is push to open with easy fill, with 91 octane fuel being recommended. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. We also have black lug nuts here, which look pretty cool. A smoked taillight design. It's LED for the taillight itself, but a halogen bulb for the turn signal, and appears to be LED for the reverse light. I like the black badging, black deck-link spoiler. I kind of wish the Honda badge was also blacked out to match, but shout out Honda of Port Richey for helping make this review possible, and dual exhaust tips down below. And speaking of the dual exhaust tips, let's fire up this 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and here she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine sold by Honda for the 2026 Civic Si. And it sounds okay, cranking out 200 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque, sending the power to the front wheels with a limited slip differential, and made it to a 6-speed manual transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 time in the mid to high 6-second range. So pretty solid performer, and getting over 30 combined miles per gallon. But we can shut this hood right down, take a step back, and walk around this 2026 Civic Si one more time. And let's take a step inside and see what we get with a very good value vehicle under $31,000 for the base price. We'll turn these lights back to auto so the car's not yelling at me. The door panel is just hard plastic up top with some gloss black trim beneath it. We get the cloth in the center and a gushy soft cloth armrest. Auto one-touch windows up front, power windows for all four-way adjustable mirrors. We get the Bose premium audio system here too. Trunk release and a very solid amount of storage. The seats, although they're cloth, they're very comfortable and supportive sport buckets. They're not electrically adjusted, but you can still recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats with latches. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, foot in the clutch, engine start stop, and everything fires right to life. So compared to the 2025 SI reviewed in this channel, really not a whole lot changes. Steering wheel is still very nice and thick, red contrast stitching, solid 10 and 2, perfect 9 and 3, leather wrapped wheel, rubberized horn area. The horn, not the loudest or most aggressive, people should still be getting out of your way. Volume skip, voice commands, adjustments for the infotainment screen. The adjustments include customized display, Alexa, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, USB, AM, FM phone, and right back to where we started. We can go back. So we have our TAC, which goes to about 6,500 RPM. Digital speedo in the center. On the right side, we have a speedometer goes to 160, and it's a 10-inch digital gauge display. With our shift light icon up top, not sure if you pick it up on camera, you'll see it when we take it out for a drive, hopefully. The coolant temperature on the left side, fuel level on the right. On the right side of the steering wheel, we have our adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist with its adjustments, and our adjustments for the right side infotainment display. And hopefully you can see everything that we potentially have available. My personal favorite would be this boost gauge, so we'll leave it here. The stocks have a satisfying click, auto headlamps. Don't believe we have auto high beams or auto rain sensing wipers. Tilt and telescoping steering column, interior lighting. You can turn off the traction control, hood latch release, and hopefully get a good look at the pedals. The dashboard is soft touch. I kind of wish they added the soft touch for the armrest area too. We get the Bose premium audio system and the red outline and air vents, which are Civic style, to be expected, but it's carrying along to the rest of Honda's lineup. We have our Google-based 9-inch infotainment screen with perfect response, perfect resolution, and hard buttons for the home, back, volume, and skip control. Hard buttons for the single zone automatic climate control too, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto here. It's wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for all of the Google-based infotainment screens in Honda's lineup. Beneath that, we have our two USB-C ports, 12-volt, 180-watt max. No wireless phone charging pad, but a solid amount of storage. We have some carbon flare plastic for the center stack area. Drive mode selector. Our drive modes include sport, normal, and individual. We'll start the review off in normal. We'll try out sport and just see what the differences are. You can turn off the auto engine start stop. We will for the purpose of this review. Electronic parking brake with brake hold. We get our leather wrapped shifter for our 6-speed manual transmission. Let's check out the backup camera. So pressing the clutch, reverse all the way to the right, all the way back. And our backup camera is okay resolution, but we get guidance lines and trajectory. It takes up the entire screen with 3 adjustable views. And you throw it back into neutral, return back to our previous screen. 2 cup holders. You'll fit 32-ounce water bottles with no problem. You get a nice gushy soft cloth armrest. Storage space. You'll fit 1, possibly 2 1-liter bottles of soda in there. It's a pretty deep amount of space. You will fit plenty of car accessories. I do like the design style of these air vents too. The glove box is damped, not lined felt, but decently spacious. You'll fit about 20 license plates. Should be able to fit a pair of shoes. You'll fit about 3 or 4 Harry Potter books. You don't get a frameless or auto dimming rear view mirror. You got to pull this flappy thing to dim it. The interior lights are LED with our sunroof here as well. The shade opens up with the glass. It doesn't close with the glass. Not the sunniest day today in Port Richey, Florida either, but we can poke our way out of here. At least the temperature is not too bad, 81 degrees. We can shut this glass right up, leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat at least, of the 2026 Honda Civic SI. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. Up top, just hard plastic, to be expected since that's how it was up front, but we get hard plastic in the center, but keeping the gushy soft cloth armrest. Aluminum door handle, 2 speakers on the door panel. The seats, the padding does not go out to the door frame. There's still the red stitched cloth, and the legroom looks solid. I have the seat pretty far reclined, not sure if I'm gonna drive like that, but this is a little bit further back than how I would normally have it, and I still have plenty of room for my knees. If I lifted the seat back up a little bit, I'd have like 4 or 5 inches of knee room and headroom. I have about 2 inches of it. They cut out the ceiling very nicely. So if you're under 6'5", 6'6", you should be able to comfortably sit behind your seat settings. That's not something you're going to say with most compact sports sedans. We don't get air vents, unfortunately. Mat pocket behind the passenger seat and our center cubby. You got to jab your hand into it, but it's gushy soft cloth. You'll fit 24 to 32 ounce bottles with 16 to 24 ounce bottles right next to it. The interior lights back here are also LED with a pretty decent amount of light brought into the cabin, but as you guys see, it is about to rain, so not too much light today. Very spacious though. At $31,000 for the base price, you get a lot for the money with this Civic Si. I understand that not everyone drives a manual nowadays, but I also understand that this is a really refreshing vehicle for those of you guys that do. Underneath the Honda badge is our button to open up the trunk. It's not hydraulically boosted, and the hinges aren't covered, so make sure don't load anything up higher than that or it will crush your cargo. But cargo space, I'll leave a link right over here. There is a lot of it, and this opening is huge. This opening, you'll fit 65, 70-inch TV through here if you fold those second row seats down, which fold down 60-40 split. Secret storage. Let's see what we got underneath this all-weather mat. A little bit of secret storage outside of your fix-a-flat kit. Don't believe we have a spare tire, but these Goodyear Eagles should be run flat. The latch is to fold the seats down right behind it. We can drop this trunk right up. LED third brake light. We can take a step back and walk around this 2026 Honda Civic Si one more time. We've said it a couple times. At $31,000, you get a lot of value for the money, good performance, solid looks, and a surprisingly comfortable driving experience while keeping the 6-speed manual transmission. Performance-wise, let's take this 2026 Civic Si out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 Honda Civic Si. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions though, the clutch on the Civic Si is just about perfect, very predictable and linear, with a pretty decent weight to it too. You wouldn't expect this much weight from a clutch out of a 1.5 liter. And over these big bumps, this sport-tuned suspension still stays just about as comfortable as a standard Civic would. Throttle response is predictable, and it's very quiet in normal mode, but you still hear a little bit of extra induction compared to how the non-Si's 1.5 liter would sound. Yeah, very, very similar to a standard Civic when it comes to ride quality, but you definitely feel a little bit more firmness with this suspension. Take a step out here, open her up a little bit, about a third of the way. I mean, it feels very, very solid. You look down and you're definitely gaining speed pretty quickly. No rev match downshifts, but you can figure out a way to do it yourself. Not super difficult. Slow down a little bit, give this biker a little space. All right, guys, second gear, we'll try moving pull. A little bit of lag, but whoo! Does not feel bad at all. Taking a step out here, try out sport. A little bit more sensitivity through the throttle, and you hear some artificial induction noise here, but it also sounds pretty good. Try another rev match downshift. I mean, no, it's not a monster here performance-wise, but it's surprisingly fun. I just realized in sport mode it does have automatic rev matching. I apologize for the misinformation. Pretty cool. Not that I wasn't doing it myself, I'm just not necessarily the best manual transmission driver, and it does it for me a little bit better than I would do it myself. Try out a real world turning radius test. Pretty sharp. And let's come out. Guys, this is a solid performer. Second gear, a little bit of lag, but whoo! It's not the most powerful vehicle, but it is fun ripping it through these gears. We'll throw it in a little faster than we should. Brakes feel good. Whoo! Really good handling here. A little bit limited because of the people in front of us, but this is a sporty, sporty vehicle. Second gear. And you hear a little blow off too when you let off after a pretty heavy throttle application. We can take a step out here, open her up a little bit more in first gear, and on the gas. The artificial sound, I don't know how I feel about it, but it does add to the excitement of this vehicle quite well. Slow down one more time a little bit. No need to beat it up any further. Let's turn around actually right over here and get this thing back to Honda of Port Richey. And again, huge thanks to them for helping make this review possible. Yeah guys, overall, if you're looking for a performance car, well before that, 6th gear, highway speed, we're turning around 1900 RPM, so it will be a little bit high revving on the highway, just so you guys know. Overall, if you're looking for a $31,000 performance car, you want something that feels very, very premium, you don't need it to be super, super fast, because no, it's not the fastest car on the road at the price point. It is pretty close though. The Civic Hybrid's actually a little bit quicker than this in its own lineup around a similar price point, so no, it's definitely not the most performance-oriented vehicle you're going to get, but it feels really, really premium. It has that European sports car feel. The steering is so sharp and on center. The suspension, it keeps you very well planted while still being surprisingly comfortable over the harsh bumps. All for a base price starting under $31,000. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2026 Honda Civic Si. And a big thanks to Wade and the rest of the management and staff here at Honda of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Wade. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.